to the last and final segment. Katt Williams had to add this on at the last minute when I stated. So your boy Katt Williams is unfortunately getting some heat over potential murder allegations. Now, he's not necessarily accused yet, as of yet, in my at least to my knowledge, of the murder. But it's like he's affiliated because this comedian, was basically murdered on his watch. And that's pretty much where a lot of this is coming from. And I think it's very unfortunate because what Katt Williams is for us. And of course, he's a person of truth that's been, kind of highlighting a lot of bullshit that's been going on in these Hollywood streets and just been telling it how it is. So, anytime you're that type of guy, you will become a target. But anyways, Katt Williams merchandise store in South Haven, Mississippi, recently received an eviction notice citing criminal activity on the premises, specifically referring a shooting that occurred on August 20th, 2025. The notice suggests the activity violated the lease agreement. So basically, the person that, was murdered is Reggie Curls. Reggie Curl, a comedian who was touring with Katt Williams, was fatally shot in South Haven on August 20, 2025. Authorities has arrested one male suspect in connection with his murder. The investigation is ongoing. The man charged was Trenell Marquise Williams, previously worked as part of Katt Williams' security detail. There's also speculation, though not confirmed by authorities, that he may be related to Katt Williams. So fellow comedian Billy Sorrells has publicly pressed Katt Williams for clarity in an Instagram Live section. He said, "Tell me why Reggie Curl died out your house. Tell us what happened to Reggie Curl." So this is kind of a serious situation. I don't think, me personally, I don't think he'll get into deep trouble about this, but it is odd. And then I just think the type of person Katt is, they'll look for something to put on him. But, as of today, Katt's not facing any formal charges. The situation remains in the early stages of investigation. But it wouldn't shock me personally, if they tried to pin something on it. I'm actually hoping and praying that it doesn't get to that. That's, of course, if, Katt Williams hasn't gotten himself involved with any kind of foul play. But I don't know, judging by this is simply outside looking in for me. I don't know him personally. I never met him, never ran into him, never even seen him in person. But, just judging by what we saw with him, listening to his interviews, of course, the explosive, Club Shay Shay interview that he had, it seems like he's a cool, genuine person. So I just don't think he'll be caught up in some shit like that. But, hey, prayers up for your boy Katt. I really hope, he don't get tied up in no kind of bullshit, especially if they're trying to make an attempt of trying to, possibly railroad him in any kind of way. Okay, so let me go ahead and look at these comments. Legals got all the benefits, no SSN, absolutely. But I'm just saying that was under the Democrats and that shit was happening. Keeping 100. In California, shit. California, them folks were getting hella shit. Where did dude get his info from? How do we know those child support statements are good? Well, Talia, I actually looked it up before I actually. That's what I wouldn't post the video without seeing if some of that stuff was true. Some of the shit he's saying absolutely is true. They passing new laws. Some of it. Katt Williams' birthday is coming up in 2 weeks. Okay. Well, happy early birthday to the Katt get caught up in the smoke. Katt Williams is the male version of Jack Wright. Jag, my girl, too. Yeah, I mess with Jag. Jag be on these folks' ass, too. Cat store by Cat's bodyguard. Nah, his birthday next Tuesday. He got the same birthday as my niece. Victim accused shooter worked comedian Katt Williams sources say. They try to bash her, but all she says happened. Hey, one of the biggest things for Jag is when she was able to predict the time period that Diddy would be arrested. That was the craziest part for me. I think she actually said like maybe a year before time that he would be arrested in 2024, September 2024. And that's exactly how it happened. So that was great. She also said, which hasn't happened yet, but it seemed like, they on his heels. She said that Diddy is going to help her bring down Jay-Z as well. And she said Jay-Z is worse. So I guess we're still waiting to see if that is going to bear some fruit. Because, of course, a couple of pending, allegations happened with Jay-Z, but they were dropped. So let's see. We're right at that little over an hour. So I can roll over for a few more minutes. Take up any more discussions and stuff that we want to do because I don't hold the morning show too long. Let's see. Hope she stay protected. They be trying to get her. She here in Dallas. Dang, Talia, you know who Jaguar Wright is? You look her up there. But yeah, she's a former, singer, R&B artist. She actually was under, if I'm not mistaken, I think she was under Diddy at one point. She was under the Diddler, and that's how she said she was able to closely observe a lot of the situations that was going on. She did a lot of, she did a lot of exclusive interviews and stuff, stating things that the Diddler has done. And she of course wanted him to go down, and it happened exactly the way she said. You said she can't stand Mary J. Yeah. For those who don't know Jaguar Wright, should I link some videos and articles? They really can look it up. I ain't gonna be on here too much. Him and Clive, she can't stand it. Clive is a ugly ass nigga. See, that's the thing. It's sad that they give Diddy all the smoke. I don't want them to try to take my channel down, but this is all alleged. Clive is a ugly ass nigga too. Clive is possibly responsible for the birth of them. This is all allegedly. Jag knows a lot about the industry. It's scary. Man, the industry is very dark. That's why I be telling people, encouraging them to try to go and, take your own path on some of this situation. Don't let, don't be so quick to want to go under somebody because these people have evil intent to control and, of course, finesse you out of money, and they keep most of it in their pocket. It's happened too many times. But anyways, good people, it seems like, I'm about to go ahead and wrap this thing up. I really appreciate everybody that stuck through. Again, once again, apologies for the unprofessionalism at the beginning of it. Like I said, I kind of was trying to rush and put in this Katt Williams segment and ran out of time and kind of, just messed some of this stuff up. But I mean, I appreciate everybody who's rocking with me. And I'm going to get ready to go ahead and close this one out. You said, am I going live tonight? Absolutely. We will be live at 11 Central Time, just like we are every other week. Yes, sir, I will be live. Lord say the same, unless something was to happen that I couldn't see coming. But of course, just pay attention to the community. I will let y'all know if something was to come up. But Lord say the same, absolutely. I will be live later on tonight. Appreciate the super chat of the August. I believe that Tremont and Abraham could take out Marvin in Raising Canaan before I forget. Watch people use my theory. All right, DeMarcus, I'm going to make sure I keep that in mind because I now have you down for that theory. And yeah, Tremont and Abraham, they did leave them alive as far as what we can see. We never seen them unalive, Tremont. So you might be on to something. Appreciate that, all the love, my good people. But until next time, can't wait for the movie. Hey, I appreciate that. I'm definitely going to let y'all, we know who you're talking about. Yeah, of course I know. You should. Appreciate it, though. Like I said, appreciate all the love. I'm going to catch y'all in the live later on tonight.